Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's card, it's going to be very simple, and it's kind of a sad one, but I'm using the Lawn Fawn outside in stitched rectangle, scalloped rectangle die, and I have a piece of cardstock that's 4 by 5 1/4, and I just used one of the dies, I think it was the second one in, and just lined it up on that piece of paper and die cut it, and then as you've seen you get both the stitching on the inside and the outside, but I decided to use both pieces. And I'm taking some Stampin' Up inks, and I'm going to just do a very simple, very subtle, very neutral card, which is very different for me because normally I do things that are a bit bonkers sometimes. And using the I think this is crumb cake. I forgot to pick it up when I was watching, but I would have showed you. And just a blending brush and just going around the edge just to highlight that edge. And now my cat wants to go out. And then taking the inside piece and doing the same thing, just going around the edge just to highlight that edge just a little bit. You also need to know that when you take that piece out, that scalloped square that I'm doing now, or rectangle at least, there is a right and a wrong way that it goes back into, and like puzzle pieces back in, and it's very easy, but you'll see I'll just have to sort of turn it around just to make sure it fits properly, because there is like a right and a wrong, which I didn't think there was, but that was cool. And I'm now going to take the well, once I've cleaned off my desk I'm going to take the scallop circle, honestly, some grey granite Stampin' Up ink, and the largest jar from Jar of Love. I thought we'd do a Jar of Love week. It's an old stamp set. I've had this for many years now, and so I thought that sometimes if there's like stamps and dies that you've had for many years, and you know, it's nice to see new ideas with that, because we don't want to get rid of those things. We've paid money for them and we want to use them and get the most out of them. So this week they're just a few more ideas for you on what to do with them. So I decided to do that today and just drag that stamp set out. It's got coordinating dies and things like that, but we're doing one layer, like two-step stamping, that's the word. And I've got some So Saffron here, and then I'm going to stamp over the top, and this comes, all these stamps come in that stamp set. So there's a whole load of stuff. There's a stamp that will create like water in the jars. There's 3 different size jars. There's little bows and ribbons and flowers that you can put in there. So there's lots of different things you can do with it, but I just thought this was just another idea. It's a very simple card, like I say, and I'm just taking some soft suede now and using that on for the sentiment. And the sentiment says life feels empty without you, and that's kind of how I feel at the moment. We lost my granddad earlier this year, and not because of COVID, but we lost him, and it's kind of how I feel not having him in the family anymore. He was our hierarchy. He was our, I don't know, he was our rock. He was amazing, and it's just very sad and very hard to deal with. So, and you guys will know, if you've lost someone very near and dear to you and very close to you, it's not easy on any level. So I felt that this was the right sort of thing. It's very different from a card making point of view for me, but it made sense of how I was feeling when I made this card. So very simple card for something like this. So I'm just inlaying I'm just holding the outer like frame in place and then sticking the scalloped rectangle down. And now I'm going to take some foam, what's it called? Foam on a roll. And this happens to be a 3M one. It can be any brand, it doesn't matter. And I'm just taking that and I'm just splitting it in half so that I get thinner pieces. And my cat's distracted me. And I'm just going to add those to the edges so that I can lift that outer frame area up, and just so that it's a little bit different to sticking it flat. There's nothing wrong if you stick it flat on your card. It'll still, I think you'll still get a lovely effect, and it'll still have that, because you've inked the edges of everything, you'll also have that lovely effect of it. And this is where it takes me about 9 hours, not really 9 hours, but it takes me a long time, or a little while, just to get that thing lined up, because that's the one thing when I'm doing frames like this, for some reason I cannot line the things up. Anyway, the base card is a standard A2 size card, so 4¼ by I think this one was by 11, scored a 5.5, and it's a So Saffron piece of cardstock, which is why I chose the ink that I chose, because I think I've said in a previous video that I have, at the moment, I've found a few, I've not got many left, but a few cards that I'd obviously had a session years ago where I was pre-folding everything and getting cards ready, and that's good if that's how you work, but I've found over the years that I don't really work like that now. So I'm just going through the cards that I have that are pre-folded and like ready to go, and just trying to use them up. So this was perfect because it's just a lovely, simple, soft color, and I just think it turned out really nice. It's, like I say, it's a very simple card, but I hope you liked it. And Grandad, I wish you were still here. It's not right. So I will see you in the next one, guys. Bye.